The left down one here was your before.
Right.
We can see, obviously, the grip, we can't see the changes of that, but in terms of the movement, this club now going back very, very high, very, very steep. Okay, left arm now kind of going up sort of the right edge of your neck, right ear area, very, very steep there. First move now is over the top, coming back down. At this point here now, the club is basically vertical there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that club is kind of coming in from there through your right ear, okay? So with the changes that we made there, with that tweak of the club, moving your hands to a different spot to find, again, as I said, your neutral, not what the textbook says, what you can produce, yeah?
Right.
As we come back to the golf ball now, just watch the difference in this takeaway now, and actually go back on this one a little bit further to show you the different positions. So that was you going back there with the club, still quite steep there. Once you trusted that club could work more on the inside,
A lot more round it.
for that club, yeah? Hands in front of your chest, towards the golf ball, yeah? Whereas this one, yeah, that's a very different angle to swing the golf club on, yeah? As we then come back down, you now get above that blue line and go to the right as we look, and now you're coming
Come
in.
over the top
Exactly, yeah. You look at this one here now, as we come back down, we're back on a fairly decent line, okay? Now as we come back in the golf ball, the next frame here, look at that club outside, and the club head is here, and the next frame probably shows it a bit better. There you go. So there's the club head there, legs sort of straightening and standing up, which, as we said, was your way of trying to miss the ground, because if you're coming down that steep, and you're just going to whack the ground really hard. And the problem is, you're going to hit the ground really hard, never really take a divot after the golf ball, so now you've got to try and miss the ground. And the way you would then do that is kind of like pop up those legs and sort of stand up a little bit to try to not thump the ground really, really hard, I say. So that was kind of your post-in or pre-impact here. Look at the difference of this club here now. There you go. Yeah. There's your club. There's your club. Which one looks like it'll have much more success hitting that golf ball? Yeah? That's got a chance to make contact, yeah? And that's the thing. So once the ball then started going off to the left, you were then able to swing the club more on line with that foam, strike the ball, hits the middle part of the screen, and we can turn through. At the moment, there's not much twist through because you're so used to being on the back foot, trying everything you can to send it left. We don't need to anymore now. Even though you can see you don't need to, it's hard to just only change what you instinctively do. The swing of that golf club, like I say, from the top of this backswing up here, I mean, you're coming down about now 8.5, we'll call it. You're hitting the golf ball at 9.4, so less than half a second, yeah?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of time to think about between those movements, okay? And then to the target. The practice I would suggest, if you can do this at home, like you said, down the range, spending hours hitting golf balls, up against that wall, yeah? So you'll have a wall there now, if I can try and draw the best on here now as best we can. Have a wall kind of down by your left foot here somewhere, okay?
Yeah.
On there. And you're trying to get your left hip and your hands on the wall
together.
Or the club, I guess, there, yeah? So as you're coming back in the golf ball here now, your movement now is basically sort of hip move to target, hands get in front. So when you're here now, just about here, we want to see your left hip and the hands would be on that wall, the other side of you as we're looking at you, yeah?
Right.
So you can do that again, just at home, to get as much feel of that movement, because that's going to change the path more to that direction and give you that better shape of shot. I don't really mind whether you hit draw or fade. I just want the fade to be a bit less foxy here. The spin of your golf ball is... Oh, God, yeah. Well, at least, I mean, some of the best players in the world fade the ball, but they still fade the ball from a decent angle in the golf ball, so their fade kind of does that. Yours was going like that, and you add left to right wind, as you said, it's just, you can't even far enough left, and sometimes it's just too much spin, you're losing yardage, it's sacrifice of all these different things. So get that club working more from this direction, but you change the path after you change club face. So many golfers change path first, the ball goes about 70 yards right and go, that's not really good, is it? They don't do it again. Yeah, we're going to get that. We've taken your golf ball basically to quite a dramatic shape that way. To the first few shots, quite a dramatic shape that way. To then somewhere in the middle. Yeah. The in the middle is going to come with the practice where you start getting used to this movement. Okay. Right. That kind of makes sense. There's some thing to think about there. Okay. So it's adjusting that club. You might have to move that club a little bit less. For me, it's about you finding your neutral. You might find with the drive it's a little bit slightly stronger feeling, only because the ball's further forward and you're slightly more tip behind it, yeah? Just smidgen.
Yeah. It's just remembering to get the stance correct as well.
Yeah, well, I'll send this video through to you. So as a reminder when you get home and stuff on your emails and stuff. So, but getting that sort of setup, getting used to that club in the air, twist it. Hey, at the moment now, probably even like 10 to 12. It's not going to go for like a massive amount of change. Just turning it enough to give you that help to find, say, your neutral grip. So when you come back to the club, if you come a bit over the top, it just goes dead straight left.
Yeah.
And then once you see a lot of shots, and like I said, not that I want to make you play worse, but the next session you play or the next time I go and play, I want to see you going in the left-hand rough and left-hand trees in some ways.
Right.
Because then your brain's going to go, well, hang on a second, I don't need to start going on the left-hand side. You find it difficult here to trust because it's instinctive. Yeah? If you're going to still try and swing it left and there's no problem, right? When you get on the golf course and there's problems, right, I know for a fact you're going to swing it left. You're bound to. You're not going to stand there, I'll tell you what, I'm going to trust this all day and get a nice little push draw on the right-hand side. It won't happen. But in time, once you get used to it and you see it more and more, then the ball will fly more down that corridor and get to that stage, as we said, where you're hitting it where you want to go, not hitting it away from where you don't want to go. Yeah. And that's how golfers play golf, unfortunately. They play negative, trying to hit it, I'm going to spin the ball left to right. I know, I'll just start the ball way left. Let's just reduce that left to right spin. Okay, mate?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, morning, buddy. We'll see how it goes, all right?